Good afternoon, Boa Tard. Whoa, we on the main one? Phew, sorry everyone. Thought that we might have been live streaming to the main pitch. But good afternoon, Boa Tarde, as they say in Portuguese. Welcome to the final game of day 2 of the European Lacrosse Championships 2024. We've got a really exciting matchup this afternoon for Scotland versus Sweden. Just a quick rundown of how the day has looked today on the second day of the European Champs. We saw first match of the day, Italy beating Belgium 15-7, Israel beating Switzerland 22-6, a really close game, Latvia versus Poland, Latvia coming out on top 14-11, Czechia beating Austria 20-2, another close game, Wales beating Spain 9-5, and England still currently playing Finland and winning 25-1. But this game, a really, really exciting one, and delighted to be here with you. I'm Sophie Coombs-Roberts, and I'm joined by Anna Peterson.
Hello everyone, och välkomna allihopa, joining us from Sweden. I'm the coaching coordinator for the European Lacrosse Federation, and will be helping Sophie out with comms throughout this competition.
I'm actually so excited to have Anna here as well in terms of being able to speak good Swedish. I can't do a very good Scottish accent, but I have to say I know quite a lot of the Scottish players. So really excited to see this matchup. And you can see there all of the players, a few notable highlights from the Scotland side of things. Charlie Berkvis, number 2, is going to be receiving her 75th cap today for this match. Emma Walkup is going to be receiving her 50th cap, a stalwart goalie for the Scottish team. And how can you not mention that Susie Oliphant starts this tournament on 92 caps. Absolutely amazing that she has been playing such a critical role for Scotland for all these years. So really, really excited from the Scotland side.
Yeah, and for Sweden, we have a bit of a smaller squad. Instead of bringing 22 players to this tournament, we have 17 or 18, depending on the day. But we have a lot of players joining us from local Swedish clubs, including Farsta, Linköping and Norrköping and Gothenburg, as well as some England-based players with dual citizenship and who were really impressive in last year's U20 competition in Prague.
Yeah, and maybe one player to highlight, a player to watch from the Swedish team is number 12, Ava Main. She's committed to play D1 lacrosse at JMU, James Madison University, next year. Has been a really highly touted recruit in the high school game. So looking forward to see what she can bring to the field as well. But yeah, as we set off, I think it will be a really exciting matchup. Scotland finishing really well in the last World Championships, that perhaps had a bit of a rebuilding season for the former European Championships, which was in Netanya 5 years ago. So they'll really be looking to make their mark on this tournament, and they've had a really great season. Played very, very well at the most recent Home Internationals tournament, where they beat Czechia and also beat Wales, and had a really great tour as well to Florida in October, where I know they had a lot of success.
We have a really interesting matchup to start this. Scotland is not only overloading with an extra defender, but 2 extra defenders, anticipating an aggressive drive here from Sweden with the ball. And they will come up with that first possession. That is number 8, Emma McRae, joining us from Lund in southern Sweden.
And that's a really nice redefend there. Number 10, Hannah Whiteley, getting the back check. And Charlie Berkvis for her 75th appearance for Scotland, picking up the ground ball there. Hannah Whiteley with the ball now. Back to Lottie Robinson. Great to see her back on the field. She has been battling injury the past season, so really, really great to see her back on. And she is a really critical part of this Scotland team and can be clinical and brutal on the field.
Yeah, and here we have one of those Swedish attackers realizing she can press a little bit tighter on that restraining line, but we've got our first goal from Scotland.
Yeah, and that is number 18, Kai Harper. Kai Harper, relatively new to the senior setup. I think it was Kai Harper, number 18. Starting to doubt myself if it was 24, Sophia Edmund. Both younger players, but Kai Harper having played in the under-21 team previously. Back to the draw again. We've got Chesgrove from Scotland taking the draw here.
Down to 4 defenders on that defensive side for Scotland, but they'll come away from the ball here.
That's a great back check there from number 12, Ava Main, who we highlighted at the top of this.
I think one of the officials has dropped her yellow card, but not to award it to a player, just coming out of the pocket.
Okay, so Sweden back with possession here. That's a great grab there. And a fantastic shot.
Incredible placement there. Is that number?
That is number 18, Kira Runska.
Yep, and she is actually committed to play for Vanderbilt in the fall. Based out of Tennessee.
Fantastic.
We're not based out of Tennessee, but Vanderbilt is in Tennessee.
And I believe she was also named to the All-European team in Prague for the Under-21 tournament in 2023.
Ooh, bit of a weaker draw, but Scotland coming up with that possession, going hard for that drive. Wonderful stop with the foot from the Swedish goalie.
But that is exactly why Hannah Whiteley, number 10, is so dangerous. So strong at picking up the ball and just going hard to cage. She scores a lot of goals for this Scotland team, so she's definitely one to watch.
And that was goalie Amanda Eriksson on the Swedish side. A local playing at Linköping and Norrköping club in Sweden.
Okay, so ball behind here with the Swedish team. Passing it off, nice D from the Scottish team. That's Heather McRae there with the check, but it is called for across the body. Elizabeth Fernhead now with the ball, playing at UCL in London.
What a wonderful feed there, and incredibly smart placement there, bouncing it off the ground. That was number 21, I believe. No. It's whoever's running off the field right now. Number 9, Victoria Fernhead.
Victoria Fernhead and Elizabeth Fernhead, I imagine, are related. I'm going to go for sisters here, although we do have a mother-daughter combination on this Swedish team. I think the only team, probably in world lacrosse, in the history of world lacrosse, to have a mother-daughter, although actually I think there maybe was one many years ago for Wales. But that's super exciting. But those two, I think, sisters on this Swedish team. We've seen similar looks with the draw control each time. I think Chess pulling it long. And yeah, Scotland scooping them up actually every time. Flora McPherson getting that draw control there. Lottie Robinson on the crease drive.
Great movement around the crease there. And let's see what Scotland does in this transition. It looks like they're matching up quite tightly man-to-man, or player to player in this game, but a smart ground ball pickup and trying to protect that ball with it for number 15.
And there's Lottie Robertson picking that ground ball up, number 17, opting to slow it down a bit. Probably could have taken the fast break, but Scotland want time to set up a nice possession. I think Scotland typically are known as being a really patient team, and they've had a lot of success through that, so I'm not surprised to see them settle the ball and work up for the best opportunity. And there's Hannah Whiteley on another signature drive, but a great stop there from the Swedish goalkeeper.
Which is number 22, Amanda Eriksson.
It's been a really close fought affair so far. Sweden leading 2-1 against Scotland in what is actually the first game for both of them in this tournament. Both of them sat in Group D. We saw earlier Wales played Spain in the other two teams in Group D. Wales coming out 9-5 there in a pretty close fought match.
I have to correct both myself and Sophie on the goalkeeper. They have a different goalkeeper in the net right now. It's Emily Bäcklin, number 17. Apologies for that. We'll get it right moving forward.
And obviously some of these players we're just getting to know as well. It's super exciting. There's so many new players playing on the world stage. So just loving getting to watch so many new players that we haven't seen before. But if we
Your shot.
Yeah, Ruby Tchaikovsky running off the field there, having shot straight into her defender. I think that's Georgie Greenwood, number 13, who took the brunt of the shot. But yeah, probably a weaker angle, tried to force it. And yeah, of course, in women's lacrosse, you can't shoot into another player. So that would have been the call there. Just waiting for them to set this back up again. Oh, we're seeing a throw. Anna, you are perhaps more au fait on the rules than I. Any idea why we're seeing a throw as opposed to a Scottish possession?
I think that might have been offsetting fouls. So maybe they believed the defender was actually in shooting space, but what triggered the dangerous shot was the actual follow through of the shot through the player's body. So there may have been stick to body contact, but the defender may have also placed themselves in a dangerous position.
Amazing. Okay, so we're seeing Georgie Greenwood come right back down the field here. Passing it off to Jasmine Ward, a relatively new addition to the Scottish team.
Yeah, and Sweden left that player a little bit open above the 15-meter. What a wonderful interception. Always a risk taking that pass from behind net, whether you have an active goalie tracking that ball or a defender who's got her head on the swivel looking for that feed.
And that was a great pick off there from Ava Main. Still going with it there. Sweden now starting to settle it down, getting the ball behind.
Yep, great pressure from Scotland here. They're going to make sure they're going to need to make sure they have some outlets ready to make that next pass.
And a nice check there from Susie Oliphant. And we see Georgie Greenwood coming away with it there. Georgie Greenwood missed the last European Championships due to injury. Great to see her back on the field, and she has been a stalwart of Scottish lacrosse. Emily Myrtle into the game for Scotland, number 4.
Oh, smart work by the goalie there. A lot of movement ahead of the cage. They have to rotate, make sure their feet match up to catch
and
those
Chess
stray
Gray
balls.
there left completely alone. Comes
Yep.
for shooting space, and that is definitely the right call there. Number 23, Chess Gray, is the captain for Scotland, also the captain for the Great Britain Sixers team. So definitely want to watch here today and for the rest of the tournament as well.
And here we have Scotland stacking up a bit on the other side of the 15. Interesting to see what strategy they'll use here, and what an opportunity there. Oh, unfortunate with the off the pipe.
What great move. I love to see that pass off to a completely free Hannah Whiteley, who has had quite a few good looks, I'd say, so far this quarter, but not managed to finish yet.
Really
Definitely
interesting
knows
setup
how
on that
to
15-meter, having two players back-to-back. The first one goes in, draws the defender. If she can't get that first look, they're going to have an immediate second option. Really like that decision. Interested to see how they use it going forward.
Yeah, and
interesting to see what teams will start to borrow that strategy as an option.
No, and that is something we've definitely talked about on some of the broadcasts that we've done today, is the strategies on the free position with the rules slightly changing.
Yeah, and here we go. Now
and there we saw a
spreading out
great
bit.
pass off, but let's see what we see here. Much harder now to run the free position in. You have to run an extra 4 meters. But Hannah Whiteley is deciding to do that.
Oh my goodness, what a goal that would have been.
I know, a little backhanded shot there. Second time she's hit the post this afternoon.
Post today, goal tomorrow, although for them you would say post first quarter, hopefully goal second whole quarter.
Exactly.
Oh,
and another goal
what
there.
a finish.
Kira Runska with her second goal of the day.
And this is the first goal of the tournament for both of these teams. So we've seen a lot of getting that nervous energy out of your system. We've seen some errant passes from all the teams today. Just acclimating, a lot of them not having played together before extensively. I think we're seeing a lot of smart passes, a lot of smart decision making for this first quarter on the field together.
Exactly. A change up in the draw here for Sweden. We're seeing Victoria Fern head in. And that has really changed the direction of the draw there, with Sweden winning their first draw control of the game.
Yep, and Victoria will be heading to Exeter in the fall.
I'm actually an Exeter alumni myself.
Oh, goodness.
So she will have a fantastic time there, I have no doubt. Exeter University, also the university where England head coach Mike Molster is coaching, so they have a really fantastic program there.
Great regain of possession right there. With a little bit of stick work too close to the head from Team Scotland.
Number 2, Elsa palming now with the ball, being doubled. Nice offload to keep it safe. And a long, risky pass
lucky with that pass.
But Sweden managed to keep that ball alive. Unlucky there, I think, not to be able to get the interception there from Iona Westwood.
Hard drive. Oh, interesting. I think she went for a check at the bottom of the stick, which takes a little bit more finesse, but is legal in the women's game.
And that's a great pass there. We can see a fast break here. Still time to finish that off, and they do. I think that was lucky with the drop pass, but Chesbro really identifying the opportunity there. Pass the ball off to Bergqvist, straight to Lottie Robertson, and into the stick of Annie Parker, who finishes that no problem at all.
Yes, it's so hard for a goalie to make those saves when you have to change the angle of your feet so drastically. So that's something that attack systems usually really try to take advantage of when they have the opportunity.
Yeah, and I really like that really quick shot. When the goalie's looking the other way, then being able to quickly take that shot whilst they're still out of position is exactly the right way to do it.
And I think some of the most impressive saves you'll see in a lacrosse game come from those types of quick angle changes. Really great agility from the goalkeeper.
Exactly. I'm not quite sure what the call was there. I thought Charlie Bergqvist managed to grab that draw control cleanly, but potentially for a push there. As we're seeing, Ava Main, she's done a really great job on the transition throughout this game. So we're maybe seeing her as being their go-to transition of the ball.
Yeah.
Sending a double straight to her now.
I think they need to sink their shoulders just a little bit, take a breath. England is giving them, Scotland's giving them a little bit of time to make a decision on what they want to run. So they should take advantage of that while they still have that time.
Exactly, setting up some big isolation plays here, but some really nice D and a quick slide there from Bergqvist.
Scotland really taking advantage there of that close restraining line to the top of the 15. That's a change we've seen after they've eliminated that 11-meter fan. With defense sitting now on the 15, attack making those safe passes is forced up another 3 to 4 meters, putting them right in striking distance from a check from an aggressive attacker waiting for that pressure. Oh, and a great finish again from number 9, Victoria Fernhead.
Her second of the day there. Yeah, a nice finish, nice quick turn, left-handed shot for her second goal today. And again, really impressive play from, she must be a relatively young player. She's starting at Exeter, going there to study international relations, although she did play in the 2022 World Cup and in the 2023 Under-21s European Championships. So played a lot of lacrosse considering her young age. And that's a nice self-draw there. Chesbro just getting that to herself. Chesbro is someone who's really developed her ability on the draw, to take the draw. Something that she didn't start her career off doing, but now is Scotland's number 1 choice.
Oh, what an incredible look. That was an incredible reaction from the goalie as well.
And probably worth also saying on the draw control, Chesbro definitely is coming in as one of Scotland's preferred draw-taking options, with perhaps their most well-known draw-taker, Zoe Dixon, being out with an injured ankle and sadly not able to play this tournament. So the Scotland team will really miss her, and we're all wishing Zoe the very best with her recovery. So we see here timeout called on the field at 4-2.
No, I believe that's the end of the first quarter.
Fine. End of the first quarter. What an exciting quarter that was.
Yeah, we have a lot of back and forth, a lot of interceptions, a lot of change of possession. It's been really exciting. I think Scotland needs to calm down a little.
But the goalie has played very well. Sweden's goalies saved a lot of balls, but also I think Scotland just need to take that extra second and finish those balls.
Yeah, and you can see they absolutely have the potential to link all those things together. I don't think it's going to take much. So first quarter jitters out of the body. moving on to the rest of the game, we'll see how that develops.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that today, haven't we? Kind of those first quarter, first half jitters from the teams. It's the first game of the tournament, getting used to being back out on the field.
Yeah, we've seen some great comeback attempts already today, good shifts in momentum, so I think it's going to...
Players, I think Sweden is characterised by their young players.
Yep.
And obviously finishing so strongly as well, the team to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and we are back out for the second quarter of this opening game in Group D. We've got Scotland versus Sweden. Sweden leading the game 4-2 as Sophia Edmund steps up to take this draw.
We don't have a visible clock on our streams for this tournament so far, but we will be keeping time in the commentating booth and try to give you live updates on where we are progressing throughout the quarter, so you can understand also how much stress these athletes are going to be at different points throughout the game.
Yeah, as we see Scotland starting to settle the ball down, had some really great opportunities in the first quarter that maybe they weren't able to convert on, but it looks like they've just been called for an offsides, so the ball should be with Sweden now.
And you see they're making the opportunities to immediately pressure that ball, cut off those adjacent passes, moving forward to make sure that first pass can't be made.
And again, we're seeing Maine carrying the ball down. She has been their transition machine so far today.
Incredible stick skills for that one-handed in front of the body pass or catch.
Ball now with Ida Modin, number 15 for Sweden. Ida Modin, sorry. And I think something we have seen a lot of today throughout this tournament is a lot of free positions.
Yep.
A lot of fouls within the kind of critical scoring area, which leads to these free positions. And that has really been a game changer. How many free positions can your team be awarded?
They're looking for those quick looks, forcing the defense to react.
And a
Great shot
save
opportunity, but a great
shave.
save.
Great save. Number 12, Flora McPherson. Another recent Exeter graduate. Straight over to Edmund into a goal. That was pretty lacrosse.
Yep, absolutely.
Sophia Edmund suffering an injury during the last World Championship. So again, really great to see her back out on the field, scoring goals for Scotland. And straight back to the draw control.
Scotland still running that overload choice on their defensive end, but we have seen some quick ball possession by Sweden off the draw occasionally, so interesting choice. And here we go.
Sorry for that. We are experiencing a few technical difficulties today on the streams, so sorry for that slight pause, but we're doing everything we can to make sure that we're getting the streams to you as quickly as possible. Okay, ball up top with number 12, Ava Main. Sweden taking care of the ball behind. Ball carried by number 14, Elizabeth Fernhead. We've seen her sister score a couple of goals today.
Oh,
and
wow.
she does it herself. A really tight angle shot there.
And we have some wonderful support for the Swedish team in the stands today. Plenty of flags, plenty of scarves.
Yeah, actually loads of fans here, lots of Scottish fans too, but a great deal of Swedish and Scottish fans as well, of lots of other players from the tournaments who kind of finished their games today and are settling in for what is really turning out to be a very exciting match so far. I think Emma Walcott will have been a bit disappointed there with that one. I think her stick was in a good positioning and that kind of sneaked through. So
yeah, I think take that shot 3 times, you'll save it 2 of 3.
Yeah,
It just
I think she'll won
was
that one
unlucky
back.
that time.
Flora McPherson has really made an impact since she's come on the field. Carrying it down now.
Oh.
And she is protesting for a call there.
Yep.
Carries on. Took the assist after the last goal. And Hannah Whiteley here looking like she's setting up for an isolation. And gets
Hard
the
to
flag.
make that drive without switching to your left hand, and I think we're going to see a card. Yes.
Yeah, so Sweden there being issued a yellow card. A reminder for any of our fans who are watching from America, one of the differences in the international game is that a yellow card is non-releasable. So Scotland will be woman up for the next 2 minutes. Whiteley so quick off the mark there, but again, the goalie's able to make the save, and Hannah Whiteley will be thinking to herself, how can she make sure that she's finishing some of these great opportunities that she's getting?
Yeah, she was itching to get off that line and start that drive, and was able to make her way through those players, but I think we need a little bit more movement in the stick, a little bit more of a fake to make that goalie move. Oh, that would have been a great opportunity with the goalie out of position.
Yeah, a great job at finding the free player, just not able to corral that ball and finish it off.
Just under 9 minutes left in this quarter as Sweden starts moving that ball back down the midfield.
And a really great ride there. Lottie Robertson getting the check, but she's called for across the body. Number 21, Lisa Larson.
But smart defending from Scotland. The sideline is your best friend on those, your best friend and third defender on those chases.
Oh, and that's a great interception there from Susie Oliphant. 92 caps for her country and still making absolutely game-changing moments. Oh, and that's a fantastic move there.
Oh, a little bit high.
That's Phoebe Thornett into the game. A great opportunity there. I think it is a story. Scotland are getting loads of great looks. They just need them to sit. So I don't think they'll be too worried about this at the moment. Still very early on in the game.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of great opportunities, but just need to find the back of the net.
Yeah, and a really great endorsement for goalie Emily Becklin, because she's ready there and stopping those easy shot attempts and keeping them competitive in this game.
Exactly, and that was a good find there. As
Beautiful
Bergqvist
finish.
finishes the ball. And she was the free player. Scotland, of course, still being a woman up. But that is a goal for Charlie Bergqvist on her 75th cap. Lottie Robertson there getting the credit for the assist. Little cheeky bounce pass and the top corner finish. And back to the draw. 5-4. Sweden lead this match so far. And Scotland again with another draw control. Scotland have really dominated the draw controls in this match so far. And Hannah Whiteley finally gets the ball in the back of the net. She has had so many great looks and finishes that one bottom corner. And you can see in her face a sigh of relief that she's got her first one on the board. I imagine there will be many more to follow.
Yes, and really great stick control, good at weaving her way through those players.
And she's so
Beautiful
quick.
finish.
She's such a quick and nimble player. Plays her lacrosse at Hawks Lacrosse Club in London. Is a nutritionist. She actually has a great Instagram page, which I follow. I would recommend it if anyone's interested in nutrition. But yeah, that was a fantastic shot. She looks quick, fast, and great to see her finishing that ball.
Just about 6 minutes left in this quarter before we get to our halftime break. Great vision there by number 4 on Scotland to get to that ball quickly, but it's Sweden who comes up with that ball.
Oh, and that is fantastic play there from Lottie Robertson, straight into Hannah Whiteley. Oh,
what a save by number 17, Emily Backlund.
Emily Backlund is having a day in cage today. I've been really impressed with her so far today.
I think she's showing a lot of composure. It's, you know, I love it when teams are competitive, not by luck, but by, you know, really matching up with skill and being competitive in the game.
And Backlund committed to play Division 1 college lacrosse next year at Binghamton University, having currently played for the Yellow Jackets club team. A really fantastic club with great history out in America. So really has learned her lacrosse from the best. Backlund also someone who played on that U21 team in 2023. As we see Scotland now with the ball. A few errant passes, again, I think first match jitters. Getting it behind Chesgray here, who feeds a wide open, cutting player as number 9, Phoebe Thornett.
And it almost looked like Sweden was woman down there. I saw 5 defense down there, but I think they were missing a 6, so.
Yeah, wide open. You can see what that goal means to them. First time today that, no, not the first time, second time today that Scotland are taking the lead. But the last time they were leading was at 1-0. So, yeah, a great goal. And really, we've seen a run of Scotland goals over the last 10 minutes.
We may still be on this yellow card. I don't see a player from Team Sweden sitting down, but
no, we're now even again.
Yeah, we have
10 v 10 on the field.
My mistake.
As Flora McPherson picks up that draw straight to goal, but another great save. Again, Sweden's goalie really keeping them in this at the moment. I like that idea, though, really aggressive off the draw, going straight to goal. A nice aggressive ride. And Scotland turn it over. I think that was warding off from number 7, Ruby Tchaikovsky. And the officials are just saying, take a second, have a breather. Engage when it's this close. Obviously, it gets quite heightened emotions on the field.
They need to give that player at least 4 meters to make that pass. And oftentimes we see players just eager to cheat in a little bit, and the officials are there to make sure that she has enough space to get her advantage back.
And ball behind with Thornett, who scored the last goal, up to Gray, who really is saying, let's take some time off this clock. And she's asking for a pick, she's asking for that 2-man game. She's got it, but wasn't quite able to get it off in time. Trying to play that 2-man game with McPherson. We see Hannah Whiteley going again. And another great save. Emily Backlund, brick wall in cage today. See the ball now with number 8, Emma McRae.
Yep, a little bit too. Oh wait, we have an offside call. No? So we have a change of possession.
Yeah, I think Sweden were offside there. We've had a few offsides in this game so far, and we would often think of that as being almost an unforgivable foul, something that there's never any need to be offside. So both teams will be frustrated, I think, to be called offside this match so far. But this handing the ball off to Westwood, over to Robertson. No, sorry, that's not.
So we have a flag on that play.
And apologies, that's not Robertson, that is number 11, Bella Penny. Both with the long, dark hair. Robertson probably more distinctive with the
And I think we're going to have a card.
Okay, so that's Sweden's second yellow card of the game. Again, it will put Scotland a woman up for 2 minutes, and it should see them get we'll eliminate the draw control, and they should get the ball automatically from the draw.
Yes, and we saw that flag go up, likely for a shooting space violation, but as we informed you in earlier games today, the rules around shooting space and awarding a goal has changed. So if you take that shot before or during the whistle, declaring a shooting space violation, if you score that goal, the goal will count.
And as we suggested there, Flora McPherson awarded the ball, and that was because of that yellow card from Sweden on the last scoring play.
I believe we should be in our final 2 minutes of this quarter.
This has been a really, really great first half.
Gorgeous passing here from Scotland.
Starting to see the quality of Scotland now. After a bit of a shaky start, they've really come out of the blocks firing in this second quarter. And Sweden transitioning the ball here. A risky pass there from number 13, Ebba Vidal. As Scotland get the ball straight back. Back to Bella Penny here. McPherson. And again, Scotland just happy to take some time off this clock. Probably looking for one last goal before they go in. And there it is, a wide open Bella Penny. 2 goals in a row there. Right in front of Paige.
Beautiful look.
Finding the free player on that woman up opportunity as Bella Penny is able to finish for her second of the game. And that's a lovely feed there from Kai Harper. Kai Harper named to the All-European team in the Under-21 European Championships in Prague last summer.
Great pick up here by Sweden. Oh, no, Scotland's going to come away with it.
That's great hustle from Robertson there. Looked like she was completely out of that draw control, but got straight back. We see Gray here with the ball, looking to find that free player. And another great save there from Becklin.
And we now have that Swedish player back on the field after that yellow card. So they are even up. But that will be the end of our second quarter.
Yeah, end of the first half. What an exciting first half. We're going to take a break here, but we'll be back with you ahead of the start of the second half for our final game of the day. welcome back to the last game of the day for the second day of the European Lacrosse Championships out here in Braga. We've had a great first half so far in this match. Great matchup, Scotland versus Sweden. Anna, what have you made of the match so far?
On both teams, I think Sweden will need to sink their shoulders a bit, take a breath. 2 yellow cards in 2 quarters. They've got to really start to prioritize body positioning as opposed to going for that stick. And because they have the talent, they don't need to do that. As long as they keep capitalizing on the strong passes, really strong shot selection, and moving the ball upfield, I think they have enough to be competitive in this game without going for that unnecessary decision-making with a yellow card.
You're right, and for anyone just joining us, it was a tale of two halves, I would say, a tale of 2 quarters. Sweden coming out the blocks really, really strong. I think they had a 5-2 lead at one point, but Scotland then making a huge comeback, and that was really aided by a couple of yellow cards that were issued to Sweden. So Scotland playing a woman up for 4 minutes. I think they had 3 or 4 goals in that time, but Scotland really on a surge here, coming from behind and looking. They finished that first half looking really strong.
Yeah, you can see the relief on them, starting to suddenly get those goals in the net and get those scores on the board.
And Scotland haven't been shy of opportunities. They've had a lot of great opportunities, just haven't been able to finish. But that kind of fortune was changing towards the end of the second half. Put away some great goals. But I think one of their focuses for this half surely will be to up that shooters' percentage a bit. They're getting the opportunities, they're just now need to finish it.
Really strong defense from Scotland there.
And a great save.
Scotland did a really great job to follow those switches and picks coming from the Swedish team, making it hard for them to make those passes, and they're going to benefit from that straight pass.
And I think we've seen a change of goalkeeper from the Scottish side. I think we've got Steph Robertson, number 5. Bella Penny now with the ball behind, passing off to Hannah Whiteley. Up to Myrtle. Now to number 24, Sophia Edmond. And Scotland taking their time on this possession. Finding a wide open Emily Myrtle, who shoots it high over the cage. And I think Sweden got there before.
They're both going for the goal.
They're both going for the ball. But they have get, yes.
It's going to be Sweden ball.
But I'm slightly stressed.
Yeah, she can't pass that ball immediately to the goalie. She has to wait for play to begin again.
I was going to say, I was slightly stressed that Bella Penny had left the ball on the field. I'm sorry, that's not Bella Penny, that is Annie Parker, number 22. Another great save there.
Great look there to number 23, Julia Giska. And she will now set up on that 15-meter for a free position. Lots of passing opportunities here if they choose to go with that option. Got one on the left, and then one on the right, all the way across that 15. And she's, look at Scotland reading that ball perfectly.
An interception there from Iona Westwood. That was really something special there.
When you know you have a player in that direct line of the ball, you're going to benefit from faking to the other side of the 15 before sending that ball to the player you intend to send it to. That's got to take planning in advance from the attack side.
And that's tough to do. That's really tough to do. Wow, an interesting call there. Scots have been called for blocking. So it's gone to Victoria Fernhead, who's already had 2 goals on the afternoon. You see here Sweden clearing the ball. No goals so far in this quarter. This could change though, as we see Lottie Robinson absolutely off to the races here. Oh my goodness! What an interception there from number 12,
Incredible
Ava Main.
awareness.
Ava Main, we highlighted at the top of this broadcast, is set to join James Madison University, top university over in America, NCAA Division 1. But she has been really fantastic on defense. She's been great in the transition and made some big turnovers so far.
Indicating that this is, different interpretations from the ref or from the officials possibly there.
And sometimes it's hard to see from up here. which direction the ball is going in and what the refs
One
are
is
deciding.
pointing one direction, the other pointing a different direction. But sometimes they're indicating different things than possession to the players to get them into the correct position.
Exactly. We see Sweden bringing the ball on here.
Beautiful split dodge there from Sweden. And here we see Scotland pressuring from that restraining line. A lot easier now with that 15-meter, pressing the defense up, pressing the attack up, and making them vulnerable for those passes above the 15-meter. But that's what I like about it, to be honest.
Scotland pinging the ball around. I have to say Scotland are always so impressive. Their patience, their time on the ball. Spinning the ball around. It's quite a signature style that they play, but very, very effective. So see McPherson lining up there. Up to Edmondson, sorry.
Great tight defense. Their from Sweden here, their heads are up. They're looking for where the ball is coming from and really successfully getting into those passing lanes.
And again, an errant pass there from Sweden, picked up by Heather McRae. Heather McRae, just such an important part of Scotland lacrosse, also as the head coach of their junior team, so we'll be heading out with them to the Hong Kong World Championships, but has given so much to this program over the years.
Funny that we've got McRae on Team Sweden and McRae on Team Scotland.
Oh, and that was a fantastic goal. Quick passing.
Different spellings, but same name. Very funny. Beautiful goal there by Team Scotland.
Gosh, watch this on the replay here. Coming down, McPherson passing off to Gray, straight into Robertson, who finishes as she's falling down. Glad to see her getting up okay, but that's a really great finish from Robertson.
Yeah, hard to see where her defender was there. Really not. She was either trying to balance two different players and choose which was going to be more vulnerable, but great feed into the crease area.
Yeah, feed almost as impressive as the shot there, really. It was in Jess Gray's stick for a millisecond before she was able to pass that off. So taking the score up to 9-5 to Scotland. Really finding their feet here in this game now.
Yeah, and this will be also our first timeout of the game, I believe. We have around 8.5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I think that was cool. That timeout called by Team Sweden, just taking some time to take a breath, reassess, and what do you think they'll be talking about in the team huddle for Sweden?
I mean, I think they've actually made some really great moves on defense. They're taking that ball away from the easy passing opportunities. I think it's less about what they need to do better. Scotland has just come out of the gates running, pushing up the tempo. I think maybe Sweden has to have better understanding of where those fast breaks are coming from, slowing the ball down into the 15 meters so they can get set on defense and better protect their goalie.
Yeah, I think Sweden needs some stops on defence now, don't they? It's been quite a long run of Scottish goals, so I think Sweden needs some stops, and then when they get it into their attack, they need to be clinical, work the ball around, and work for that best opportunity.
Yeah.
So we've seen them coming out of the timeout. McPherson in for the draw control. One of the first draws, if not the first draw, that she will have taken today. Up against Fernhead, who's got a couple of goals on the afternoon. Scotland have made really good use of their bench as well.
Still using that fourth defender behind the restraining line.
Yeah, I think it's a relatively sensible idea, just making sure that they prevent the fast break. They don't want to give away any easy goals.
Yeah, and you never know what they're preparing for. They may be preparing or strategizing for later games in the tournament. So you don't always need a reason to do it.
Yeah, I also think
it's just interesting to see in game one so often throughout the game.
I think it's probably because they tend to play with an attacker on the circle, so you'll see Lottie Robertson, number 17, often playing on the circle, which means that you are naturally going to be starting in an overload situation, and I think that's something, it's very clever and wise. I think Elsa Stott, the head coach of the Scotland team, is known for being a real tactician. Ooh, nice.
What a fun idea for a shot.
Nice underhand shot attempt there. But yeah,
And
I was saying...
does she usually play on the circle just because she's especially talented at getting that ball
Exactly,
position?
exactly, yeah.
And I actually love to see that because you never want to not take advantage of those talents that you have, maybe in a low attacker, if it makes more sense to start them on the circle. So
And there she is, talented on the draw control, talented finishing the ball, and that is a hat-trick for number 17, Lottie Robertson. A great finish there.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense then, pushing that other midfielder further down, because putting that that midfielder down into attack can often create confusion when it comes to transition, so you don't want to have those offside calls that are unnecessary.
And here you can see, well, let's see who goes on, but I think it looks like Hannah Whiteley will be going on the circle. Again, an attacker, but she's so quick off the mark. So Scotland there opting to put an attacking player on the circle. Something I love. I'm an attacker and I love to play on the circle. So, I love it when teams employ these type of tactics. But yeah,
I also used to do it as a defender.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're just that person who can get your stick up highest and get possession off the draw.
Exactly. Flora McPherson, though, coming away with that jaw control.
A little bit of contact, I think. Took another 3 out for a rest.
Over to Burkvist. To Edmund. Down to Gray. And Chess Gray, I think, she is the quarterback of this offense. And there she is.
Gorgeous low shot there. Can't wait to see that replay.
Yeah, first goal of the game for Chess Gray. A kind of signature righty crease drive off that stutter step. See it here. Little stutter.
Beautiful.
And then puts a lot of power behind that to roll it almost into the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah. And now I feel like we really get that feeling now of Scotland pulling away in this game.
Yeah, we really do. After a slow start, Scotland looking very strong, and also a lot of different goal scorers on the stat sheet today. 5, 6, 7 goal scorers from the Scotland side of things. As we see now, Emily Myrtle in for the draw control from the Scotland point of view.
And I think that's going to be a vulnerability moving forward for Team Sweden, only having 17, 18 people on that roster. Other teams are going to have a lot more fresh legs to come in and relieve those players, especially if the heat starts to climb in the next few days.
Yeah,
so we're going to have to play smart to really not have those yellow card situations occur.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And that was a nice idea. Chess Gray trying to do almost the exact same thing, but rise that ball on the shot. And actually, a really key statistic in this game has been draw controls, and we have seen Scotland dominate the draw controls with a number of different players in the circle as well. And that was a nice move there from Scotland, not able to finish, but 2 kind of crossing cuts there.
I think we have around 5 minutes left in this quarter.
Score Scotland 11, Sweden 5 in both of their first games of this tournament. We're seeing Sweden now settling the ball behind. First time we've seen a Sweden attack in a while, so it'll be interesting to see what they do there. But they have it stripped away straight away. Iona Westwood with another turnover. Sorry, another caused turnover. Ella Penny feet straight in there.
To cut off that cutter.
Quite surprised not to see a call there. Oh. I think there is a call. Outside of the 15 though. For Sophia Edmund. Sorry, no, it does appear to be. I thought it was a free position. Must be a minor.
They don't need to clear the entire 15.
Seeing some nice ball movement here from Scotland. Kai Harper with the ball.
Tough angle here.
Harper gets the flag. She'll be sent to the hash mark. I think what's really impressive about Scotland is they've got some really great veterans on this team, but they're also really able to bring up some of the young, newer players, and Kai Harper being one of those, a young player who's come through their junior system and is now making a real impact for Scotland.
Oh, what a nice try to finish. Almost impossible angle, though, for that type of shot.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen her put it in her left hand.
But that's also an interesting quality about Sweden now, too. This is a very young team. They've brought a number of players up from the last U20 tournament in Prague last year, which means that they could have a lot of longevity on this squad and build from here.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'll see a lot of young teams actually this tournament. I know England have brought a very young team as well. Very, very talented, but younger than typically. So maybe it will be a tournament for the youngsters. Just to hear Bella Penny, another youngster on the Scotland team. Youngster, gosh, I sound old saying youngster. I sound like my mother. Charlie Burkvist there with the driver. Great pass off. Oh, that was fantastic.
Absolutely beautiful.
What a nice two-man game there. Burkvist drawing the double. Her and Chesgrove have played together for a very long time. She just knows where she's going to be.
And they really did leave that Scottish player without defense. Oh yeah, she tried to go for that slide up to the top of the 15.
Yeah. And Chess finishing
resist.
that ball really nicely for her second goal of the game. Yeah, some of these Scotland players, we talk about the youngsters, but some of them have been playing together for a really long time. Look at Susie Oliphant, Georgie Greenwood, Chess Gray, Charlie Burkvist, Chloe Carruthers. You know, they've all been playing lacrosse on this Scottish team for a really long time, and I think you can see that.
Yeah.
You can see some of these great
chemistry
connections.
between not just teammates, but the way you pass, the way you interpret, and anticipate where everyone else will be moving. That gets to be invaluable in these really stressful games. You can just rely on your teammate to be exactly where you need them to be.
I'm not entirely sure why Scotland were awarded the ball at the draw control there. Regardless, Chess Gray brings it down. And it was wide open on the cut.
Beautiful body positioning there by the goalie. Sometimes the stick doesn't even need to do the job.
Chess having a great 10 minutes here. Just taking some fantastic shots.
Very hard angle there, but the goalie was ready for it. Stuck in the helmet, it looks like. But she was able to pop that back out. White shin guards matter.
Exactly. And Sweden goalkeeping has been really fantastic today. We saw some really stellar goalkeeping in the first half. Very, very impressed, as I said before, with the goalkeeping.
Yep, and I think we're down to our final minute here. We'll see if Scotland will take it down on to attack. Oh, another fast break
Gray
opportunity.
left alone. And she finishes as Chess Gray for a hat trick this afternoon.
Hard to defend those.
Yeah, but a real shout out to Emily Backlean. She's had a fantastic day in cage. Been really, really impressed with her. As we're called for the quarter. So with one more quarter to go in this match, Scotland are leading Sweden 13-5. Started off, for anyone who's joining us, as a very close game with Sweden taking the lead 5-2. But Scotland have been come back, and ever since then it's been all Scotland really. Yep. Really, really impressed with how they've been just settling into the tournament. Lots of assisted goals, lots of different people on the score sheets, and a couple of hat tricks for Chess Gray and Lottie Robertson.
Yeah, it's been wonderful to watch. I think Sweden did a good job we saw a number of fouls in the 15 meter. They're obviously placing pressure on the Scottish team, but they've taken it down a notch. We haven't seen any cards, we haven't seen any serious calls. So I think that's a good adjustment that they've made. It gets harder the more tired you are. So I'm sure they're going to be happy to see this fourth quarter.
Exactly, and I do think Sweden have shown glimpses of being fantastic, and it will be really interesting to see the Sweden versus Wales match, which will be coming up in the next couple of days. Wales and Spain are the other two teams in this group. Group D only having 4 teams. All the other groups, A, B, and C, having 5 teams. So actually each of these teams is lucky that they'll get an extra rest day. I'm sure they'll be grateful of that. But yeah, really looking forward to see how this group unfolds, and I think that Wales-Sweden game will for sure be an exciting one to watch. Anna, any games this tournament that you're really looking forward to seeing? Any teams you're looking forward to seeing?
Well, I'm of course excited to see Team Norway play. I've worked with a lot of those players, some for up to 10 years. I also had the pleasure of working with Team Portugal back in 2022 with their first tournament in the sixes discipline, so I will be tuning in for those. I am always really interested to see how Germany is going to play in these tournaments because they bring their own style of lacrosse to European lacrosse. I think because Germany has so developed it internally in Germany, there's a way of playing that I think is really beautiful to watch, but it's also a game of how do we adjust to who we're playing against. So that'll be super interesting. And I love to watch the Czech Republic play. We were so inspired, but back when I was at our first Euros with Team Norway, with the fluidity and the beautiful grace and speed of the passing of the Czech Republic on attack. When we went back to Norway to practice, we always say, nope, now we're in mode, it's sexy Czech passing. That's what we're practicing today. So,
sexy Czech passing, I like that.
Czech passing. And so I would see like a Czech Republic-England matchup. I think it would be super thrilling to see. Czech Republic-Germany. There's going to be a lot of excitement for this one.
Yeah, I'm particularly excited to see Czechia against Ireland. Ireland coming to this tournament with a really strong team. And I think that will be kind of the top clash in that group that we'll be able to see in a few days' time. But back to this game, we've got Scotland back in possession of the ball, as they have been for the majority of this second half. Working it round, really patient lacrosse, and also rotating all of their players. Seen all of their attackers in. And that is a fantastic goal. Give the assist, I think, there to Lottie Robertson, and the goal to Sophia Edmond. Scotland are really making this look pretty. There on the replay is a previous goal. Again, another assist, I think that's from Robertson. So I'll love to see the stats at the end of this, but I think Robertson really making an impact since she's been able to come back from injury. 3 goals, 2 or 3 assists. She's doing a great job out there for her team. Also a captain for this team with Chess Gray, the two of them. So really showing her leadership on and off the field. Myrtle back in the draw control circle. Edmund picking it up after just scoring the last goal. And taking it behind. I think this has been a really teamy display from the Scotland team. Been really impressed with how they've managed to play together, find the best opportunities, and really, I think, play to their strengths.
Yeah, and I think the progression through the game really does, now in hindsight, make it feel like that first game on the field, the first game of the tournament, getting all those jitters and cobwebs out of the bones. Even though you've been practicing and having some practice games leading up to the tournament, it's different when the score starts counting. Oh my goodness. What nimble passing there from Team Scotland. Absolutely beautiful finish.
Yeah, and that's another goal for Sophia Edmond, who must be at least 3 goals by now. She's finished a lot, but this is a tough goal to score and a tough catch to make. A little dinky pass there from Harper into Edmond. All smiles for that goal. Maybe a bit of a risky pass, but they managed to corral it and find the back of the net there. 15-5, Scotland now putting 10 goals up on Sweden.
I think there's about 11 minutes left to go in this quarter. Didn't start my timer exactly on time, so we'll have to guess.
Yeah, Sweden not having scored since the first quarter. Edmund having a great start to this quarter though. A couple of goals, a couple of draw controls.
Really great strength in the wrists, you can tell on that grab off of the draw.
Ball number 9 there. Phoebe Thornett
Another
into Robertson.
A replay of but the goalie has learned. You can see she was waiting for it. Coming across the 15-meter, change of direction, changing back.
And great to see Kai Harper really making some plays here as well. A few assists on the afternoon. Really doing a great job of finding her teammates. Back behind to Annie Parker. Thornett rolling the crease. Nice save there.
Great body positioning. have to make sure that she gets out of that goal circle. I think we're down to 5 seconds.
Yes.
It used to be 10, now down to 5.
This is Elsa Palming with the ball for Sweden. Elsa Palming plays at Gothenburg Club. Also a member of that under-21 championship in Prague.
Strong pressure there from Scotland, but Sweden will retain possession on that. A little bit too much of a push.
Main handling the ball here. Content to take her time. Give Sweden a rest. They've played a lot of defence. So really taking their time over this possession.
Trying to get a possible pick or a two-man game started there.
Oh, and that was unlucky from Georgie Greenwood there. She gives a wry smile to the ref.
It's so hard when that stick is directly out in front of whether it's going to be called as a cross.
She thought that was good, I think. But it will go back into the stick of Ava Main.
Oh, unlucky there, a little bit short.
Loose ball here. Scotland really chasing that down. Palming able to corral it.
And she's almost able to make that outlet pass, but a bit weak. Hard when you have that double team to send it upfield.
And
you have to make that pass as soon as you can.
Talk about Lottie Robertson, doing a lot in attack. She's also picked up a lot of ground balls, a lot of loose balls. Her stick's been like a hoover today. Scotland taking their time. Ball behind with Parker to Edmund. He takes that on the drive. Oh, and another goal for Sophia Edmund.
I think I can also say, based on what we've seen today, this has probably been the cleanest ground ball fights we've seen. It's been a lot of what I call accidental field hockey in these first games, with 6 or 7 players going after a scrum for a ground ball. Whereas here, I think we've seen it down to 2 or 3 people and getting that ball up in the air relatively quickly, which is nice to see.
Scotland making a few substitutions here. Hannah Whiteley back on the field. Bella Penny as well, Charlie Bergvest. Scotland keeping fresh legs rolling. And that is another draw control for Scotland. Chesgray picking that up. Scotland really having dominated the draw control battle.
Oh, but Sweden will get this ball back.
Yeah, Parker not quite able to handle that one.
And we have some immediate pressure here from Team Scotland. We've got to make those passes as soon as we see that open player. And I think a lot of the time when you're watching these games from afar, you'll assume that it's up to the player with the ball to make that pass, but it's equally as important as that open defender, open outlet pass of asking for the ball and letting that person know where they are, because under pressure, you lose half your senses. You have to over-communicate to make sure that those passes happen.
Oh, and that is another fantastic goal there. Chesgray making it look easy. Scotland absolutely on a roll here.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of diversity in where they're placing their shots. We've seen low, we've seen some attempted shoulder shots, some high, low, mid.
Yeah, nice fake there. Really nice fake there from Chess. And credit Bella Penny with the assist. I think a timeout here on the field in the fourth quarter. We will take a quick break and be right back with you for the end of the final game of the day. Okay, we are back. As we can hear chants of Let's Go Scotland from the stands, we're back on the field. Scotland leading this game 17-5 in what was quite a close affair in the first quarter, but Scotland have really separated themselves from Sweden in the last three quarters. We've seen some fantastic goals. Anna, what have you made of it?
It's been a great game. We also have a very loud Team Norway in the stands chanting "Kom igen, Sverige, kom igen." Some neighborly rivals who support each other at the best of times. So it's always nice to see other teams in the tournament supporting their teammates and rivals as they make their way through the tournament. I think it's been a really impressive debut by Scotland. You're seeing talent all over the field and a lot of just really intelligent playmaking. I think they're going to have a great tournament.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a great tournament as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how they continue, and I think something that I mentioned earlier on in the broadcast is how impressive it has been since Elsa Stott took over as the head coach. She's also the assistant coach on Team GB, which I play on, and she really is known as being a tactician, and I think we've seen this here today. The way that Scotland have dominated the draw controls, have got everyone involved in the attack and have played pretty stifling defence. I think a lot of that is credit down to the coaching staff as well. Mm-hmm. So we've got Hannah Whiteley here. Free position opportunity for her. Oh, she chooses to pass it off, and another goal for Jess Gray. 5 or 6 on the day for her, I think. Hannah Whiteley there with the assist. Scotland looking very relaxed now, I think.
Very relaxed. I think we have around 3 minutes left on the clock here. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of tactics each team uses to make the most out of that time. But yeah, really nimble, short passes. They know exactly where that teammate's going to be, especially with those crease rolls for Team Scotland.
Jess Gray back in the draw control. We're seeing Ava Main in there now. She hasn't taken many draws today. Sphere Edmund picking that ball up. And it really has been all Scotland in this second half. We saw quite an even amount of possession in that first quarter, but Scotland have completely dominated. They kept their cool, they kept their heads when they were a few goals down. And we've seen them play some really beautiful looking lacrosse. Oh, as we see a nice feed there. Yeah. Almost tried to bat it into the goal. Sweden doing a good job there to keep it in.
No, I think that ball, just went out of bounds. Oh no, they're going to get it
I think they've called a push. I think they've called a push for her.
But I think Sweden, it's clear that they have some really talented players on this team that are really flexible and make some great decisions. I think they're going to have a lot of success in this tournament as well, to really bring it to some of these other teams that maybe aren't as established or don't have as really well developed a roster as Team Scotland does.
Completely,
here.
And I've been playing and watching European lacrosse for a really long time, and I think it's very, very impressive to see the improvements that Team Sweden have made. This is by far the strongest Sweden team that I've ever seen, and I'm so excited for them that they've managed to progress so much, and they're going to give a lot of teams some really tough matches in this competition. Laura McPherson picking that up. She's been all over the field today. I've been really impressed with her work rate and had a great impact. So here we have Oliphant bringing it down. I want to keep saying it, 92 caps, 92. That is pretty amazing. We have some players on the Welsh team who have over 100, but 92 is pretty darn impressive. Hannah Whiteley here with the ball at the top. A lot of space there for a drive, which she takes and finishes.
You can see number 8 on Sweden really trying to read that drive and see when she should slide. It's so difficult when they go away from you to that other side to then be that support coming down the middle.
Yeah, and just wrapping that around her head. I think she will probably say this hasn't been her best game today, but she's made impact in other areas. On the draw control, she had a few assists as her second goal of the day. But I do expect Hannah Whiteley to be scoring a lot of goals this tournament. So we're here, score is 19 to Scotland, 5 to Sweden. It's been a masterclass 3/4 from the Scottish team. I'm sure Elsa Stott will be really happy with how her team has played today. Charlie Berkvis, 75th cap appearance. Nice for that 75th cap to be such a resounding win for her. Also worth saying, the goalkeeper, Emma Walkup, is her 50th cap today. She played a great first half in goal. We're seeing Gray again with the ball in the middle. Backed up there by Scotland by Edmondson, number 24. Sorry, I sometimes say Edmondson, but it is Sophia Edmond. Apologies for that. And as we've said throughout the broadcast, apologies for any mispronunciation of names. We are doing our very best to get it right, and hopefully we will improve as the tournament goes on. So Edmond with the ball there. Picks it up on the loose ball and finishes it again. Lots of goals for Sophia Edmond today. I think she'll be pretty happy to be back playing in a Scottish jersey and playing really, really well. Back again to a dual control, an area that Scotland have really dominated. Sweden struggling to come up with many dual controls, but they do there. And that's number 2, Elsa Palming, who's got the ball there, who's picked up that dual control. Obviously continuing to play. Oh, I think that was harsh. I think they could have kept playing.
Yeah,
Unless
it's hard
perhaps
to...
they are in the last 2 minutes. It could well be the last 2 minutes where we have to play stop clock and go off a whistle as opposed to the free movement. So
I don't necessarily know that that's the issue, because not all calls will be stopping the clock. It's only specific calls. So I think a minor advantage call in the midfield, I don't know that that would stop the clock. So I think it was just that she didn't necessarily pause on the advantage. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask one of the officials.
With the ball.
Hard pressure here from Team Scotland.
Oh, and they just throw that
Just
one away.
enough pressure to create an off pass for Team Sweden.
So the ball's going to go into the stick of number 13, Georgie Greenwood. Over to Harper, who will transition this ball. Team Sweden not really putting too much on the redefend. Harper trying to go all the way, not quite connecting there in the end on that shot.
And that's going to be it for our final game of day 2.
Yeah, exactly. Finishing on a 20-5 win for Team Scotland. What started out as a really close match, and then Scotland ran away with it. But a fantastic performance from Team Scotland, and really a team to watch in this tournament. I hardly put a foot wrong in the second, third and fourth quarters, but also an impressive performance from Team Sweden. One of the best Swedish teams that I've seen play for sure. So really, they should keep their heads held high. That was a tough team, and go again for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, and I think they've proven that they can come out incredibly strong at the beginning of a game. That can set the pace for some of these other matches throughout the tournament. So that's going to be something that they can really press on, really try to achieve, is gain those early advantages, try to maintain it. And today it didn't hold up, but you had an exceptional Scottish team coming back to fight for that win.
Yeah, really, really exceptional. So that concludes our action on day 2 of the European Lacrosse Championships here in Braga. Tune in tomorrow. We've got some great games on the cards. We'll see Ireland for the first time, Germany, Switzerland starting the day first thing in the morning, and more great lacrosse from Israel, who showed some fantastic play this morning, as well as England back in action, also who looked strong, the reigning champions, and Czechia making their debut at this tournament as well. So join us again tomorrow. All the games of this tournament will be streamed live on our YouTube page, but for now it's a congratulations to a well-deserved victory from Team Scotland.
Deixa, deixa. Hã? Foda-se.